Are you giving off any magical anything at all?
Okay. I know it
It's a
goes
piece of
deep
science
underground,
stuff.
so I think it might warrant investigation later.
Sure
And
thing.
for the last thing, here and here.
Okay. So that's just a bunch of uh, nondescript science stuff on the right there. Same with those white bubbles in the middle.
Sure, sure.
And the trailer is full of uh, some more. So I mentioned the sort of office area before.
Sure.
So that seems where they take the paperwork, and then this is where they do the research. So there are a few more computers here, some more fancy tech. Uh, yeah, this seems like the place where they would do more sensitive research, where they come to do the real work, maybe.
Okay. And
And
through
there
this
is a
whole
little.
time, I didn't see a
Mhm.
single aura.
Nope.
Okay.
And you do see a little trapdoor at the bottom of the building you're currently in.
Hmm. Got it. Okay. I'll return to my body.
Okay. You return to your body. You sit up.
Yep.
You see your friends around you.
You guys see the glow subside, and there's I actually forgot. I do centering, so I guess the glow stays because I'm sustaining deflection.
Right here.
Okay.
And you return to your body and are woefully affected by the cold once more. It was kind of
Ah,
nice to be out in the snow and not have to suffer those consequences.
bad, bad. You see him shiver, and he'll creakily get up on his legs again. All right. There's some bodies. How many did I see in the
Four.
four? Four of the 10 bodies. I'm not sure if they're the researchers or not. They're in the furthest one, and I point on the map here. Uh, give them the outline of the other buildings, and I'll suggest the following: the tech center up on the north side of the camp. I think we might need to take a look at. Possibly, if we go over to check out the corpses, we can find out what killed them. Um, the comm room in the middle might be able to get us back online. It looks like it's been destroyed. Further than that, I haven't explored deeper into the telescope building, which we might need to take a look at if there's no other. I didn't find any other corpses or auras around here either. It's kind of eerie.
Okay, yeah, that sounds interesting. Um, it seems we have an option of maybe trying to repair the com station or actually um, cutting the power to the com station so it will stop generating the noise. On the other hand, if we do shut down the com station, it might actually alert some hostile force that something is going on since it's no longer jamming the station.
Maybe we take
So
this path. Stop by the corpses here. Whoop. And then continue on to the comm station and the tech building.
That looks good to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Avoiding backtracking is good. It means we'll be able to cover more ground.
I don't think we'll need to do anything to the power station. The power still seems to be on, and I'm not any structural engineer, but there didn't seem to be any damage.
Yeah, we might be able to shut down the power to the com station specifically from the power station
Good idea.
in a more controlled manner if we wanted.
We'll need to
Well,
stop
the
by the
other
comm
question is,
station first anyway, see what's going on in there.
do we want
Yeah.
to stop? Do we want to shut down the comm station before we even know what's going on?
Not
I'd say no.
necessarily.
Warden shrugs and says, I think it warrants more investigation.
Absolutely. As the
Yep.
team. And what are we doing with our lovely pilot?
I still think we should take him along.
We are going to find him a lovely building to hold up, lads. Do you have a gun, lad? You're a big fella. You should know how to use a gun, right?
So he looks at you and he's just like, shit. I mean, I've been in combat, but always as a pilot. I ain't really trained to deal with that kind of stuff.
It's not so hard. You point the thing at the guy. You pull the trigger. Boom, boom, boom. Guy no longer has a head. Lad, you'll be great crack at this. You can do it.
He puts up his hand and says, "Well, either way, I don't got a weapon."
I'll give him my
Hey, guys.
SMG.
There you go, lad. It's even easier. You just pull the trigger till all the bullets are gone and the enemies go bye bye. You'll be great crack, lad.
So he holds it, and anyone who has any modicum of ability with guns knows that this guy really probably doesn't know what he's doing with it. But he holds it and he says, "Okay."
You'll be fine. There's nothing.
I'll just DNI the team on this one. I mean, if we leave him somewhere, and something happens, he might just panic and fly away with the chopper.
I think it might be in the same DNI. I think it might be worth it to bring him with us. He can keep in the back. Extra pair of eyes never hurts.
If he gets shot in the head during a firefight, one of you is learning how to fly a chopper.
So the pilot is increasingly alarmed as you are having this conversation, and he's just like,
We're doing it via DNI, so he can't hear.
"Okay, okay."
Yeah, we're not telling him that if he dies, one of us is gonna have to learn how to fly the chopper.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I'll watch
Warden
the
says,
pilot.
on second thought, I think you should come with us. Staying together as a group might be a good idea until we find out what happened here.
he shrugs and he says, "I guess."
I'll give him a big smile and a pat on the back. I'll watch out for you. Don't worry, and I'll show him my big gun.
So he seems a little bolstered, but like this guy is clearly not capable of combat situations. But he'll walk with you.
We'll give him the find cover and stay out of the way speech.
He says, "I can do that."
Okay. Lead the way, Mac.
Actually, Fury's taking lead. I am just here to shoot things, and
Lead the way, Fury.
when we start to freeze to death, then I'll lead the way.
Absolutely. I'm going to advise that we set up a little bit of overwatch, watch each other's backs. Mac, spelling into tactics times.
In a diamond formation.
I'll actually set up a
Yes.
micro camera on the back of my hood or whatever I'm
That's
wearing,
enough successes, I think, to do it.
so that I'm able to see if something sneaks up from behind.
Okie dokie. Are you guys happy to say that 10 minutes has passed for Max Cram?
Yeah, because the astral... I'm not sure how fast that is, actually.
It takes a while, but like stopping and looking at stuff takes the longer time. Like moving is quite quick, but
Plus, like the door took probably a couple minutes. Talking to this guy.
yeah.
All right. Also, just so you're aware, I turned on ultrasound earlier. I have motion sense as an added power, and I have combat sense. So if my spider sense starts to tingle, let me know.
Okie dokie. Sure thing. So you are moving to the corpses, I hear?
Well, we will step by the small office first to check the papers.
Okay. So you head into the office. The papers are kind of written in technobabble. So it's a lot of readings talking about neutrinos and stuff. I don't know if anyone has knowledge skills that would allow them to decipher it. If not, it probably just seems kind of boring and impenetrable to you.
I think not. Physics is on the list, though.
Okay. Who said they were using ultrasound, by the way?
Mac did.
What is that ultrasound?
The sensor. You mean like what does it do?
No, like it's a sensor. So is it like how's that working in the noise rating? What's this device rating?
I don't know. It might turn it off, but it's not using anything wirelessly, actually, as far as I understand it. I'm not positive on that.
Okay, well, I will check while we keep going. So, office seems kind of empty and not very interesting. Like, there's no scribbles of people writing in blood, what happened, like you might expect from your typical video game.
There are no blood trails or anything.
No, not
Signs
really.
of
No
combat.
blood at all. But make a perception check for me.
Yeah, looking at it, it probably won't work because what it will do is it will send out the waves that it needs to send out, but they probably won't return very well because it doesn't have the capacities to do that.
Mm.
But I still have my magic motion sense, so if something decides to sneak up on us, if it gets within 6 meters and we don't see it before then, I will sense it. Hopefully.
Okay, so Smog with your 5 successes, you do see as you walk up to the office thing a couple of, well, more than a couple of bullet holes. They haven't penetrated the building, but someone was shooting around here, and yeah.
Okay.
What kind of bullets? Warden asks Fury.
I have no idea what relevant knowledge skill you can use to do that.
You
Probably
could roll your
armory.
assault rifles as knowledge skills.
Okay.
Like if you spend all of your time shooting bullets, you may know what the bullets are.
Nice.
Okay.
That is.
So yeah, you out of character. I don't know exactly what kind of bullet it would be, but it looks like something was shot from an assault rifle.
Okay. The general idea, I guess, would be it's just a straight tiny hole. It's APDS. If it looks like a standard bullet hole, it's a regular bullet. It's
Yeah,
just a
so
slight mark.
it doesn't look like it's ABDS. It looks like it's standard rifle ammo.
Because APDS would just go straight through it without doing much else.
Suppose we know what we're up against then. All right.
So you move to the corpse area,
Yes. Yes, up here.
and you go in and you see the same sight. These bodies are being kind of somewhat remarkably preserved by the cold, but not a great deal. So the smell is a little gross. But decomposition hasn't set into a major degree yet, but there is a bit of it.
Matt, can you tell how old these are?
How many bodies are there?
There are
And
4.
type of injury.
It looks like they got hit by bullets. Yeah, it looks like someone shot them.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're all of our friends. Like they all have. Do they have the RFID? We can't see the RFID tags.
No, you can't. But they.
I'll search for them. Search for the tags.
Tags are like tiny. They're microscopic a lot of times.
Yes,
Okay.
do any of these people look familiar?
Not really. Well, actually, would you have gotten a list of people at the base?
I don't think we asked for a list of people.
Then no.
So yeah, unless that's something he provided, then no.
I was just wondering if Jasper.
Yeah. The pilot.
What's the word?
Are they
for us,
wearing
pilot.
company
recognizes
logo?
any of them? Yeah.
So he's going to look at them and he's going to say, I don't know. I didn't fly these guys out here, so I guess they might a couple of them might look familiar. I don't know. He looks kind of
Okay. Do
like
they
he doesn't really want to be looking at this.
do
Yeah.
they look like? Do they look like mercenaries or do they look like?
Scientists.
I mean, scientists. Yeah. How are they
Yeah.
built? How are they dressed? Do they have any company logos?
They're not dressed in anything because this is a morgue, a repurposed.
That's right.
But they don't look like super bulk, so
Okay.
probably
I'll-
scientists if you had
I'll
to guess.
search around for personal belongings. Maybe there's a box full of stuff in here.
Go ahead and roll base perception.
Sounds good.
So here's the thing. The mercs probably wouldn't have turned this into a morgue for their opponents, but they also wouldn't have left anyone alive. So there would be 6 more bodies in here.
I'm also finding it curious. I thought the mercs would probably be armed with better ammunition than standard.
Well, I suppose you wouldn't need very much against scientists.
That's true enough.
These are all questions that are good to ask. With your 4 successes on the search check, you will find some personal effects lying around. So presumably what they were wearing that was taken off of them, and
Sure.
put into like a drawer, like a cupboard
I'm
somewhere.
I'm looking specifically